Welcome to the Puckin Stoner Dads Show with your hosts, Ginger Claus and Dusty. We are now on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Music by Burning Bridges. Subscribe, like.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Puckin Stoner Dad Show. I'm your host, Dusty. With me, I got my co-host, the one, the only, Ginger Claus. He's dying because he's just hit a bowl.
Oh,
what is going on?
I'm fucking stoned.
You look like a hurting case there, my friend.
I'm fucking dying.
And we also join with us our special guest from Off the Top Media, that guy Shadow. What's going on, man?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
I scared the fuck out of my dog.
He's still dying.
Leave
Take
the
a
dog
drink.
alone, bro. Leave the dog alone.
Swig some water.
He just took off. Yeah, I just ran out of coffee, so now I can't get up because when I got up and took my headphones out, I went and got a bong with priorities, right? Now my headphones are back in. Fuck the water.
So,
Fuck, yo.
all right. So, we're going to get something serious right away. So,
All right, let's get it.
we're going to start this off with the trigger warning. What we're going to be talking about is the Hockey Canada events. So you don't want to hear it. You can move forward. We'll put a timestamp in there, and we can skip forward to that part. So we got a tweet out January 24th. What was that? Tuesday, I believe it was. Rick West had tweeted out, breaking 5 members of the 2018 World Junior Hockey Team have been told to surrender to the London, Ontario police to face charges of sexual assault. The Globe Mail reports, citing unnamed sources, the Globe reports the players who have not been charged yet have been given a set period of time to present themselves at the London police headquarters.
Yeah,
So,
that's some gross shit, man.
it is. Well, yeah. What was both your first thoughts on that? Like reading this, because it kind of came out of nowhere. We'll get into the people who we think at the speculation. I just want to know your initial first thoughts, right when you saw the breaking news.
Me, I already had seen the 2 team statements that 2 players were getting.
Personal leave of absences.
Personal leaves, yeah. So, when I saw that and I read the tweet and I read all the mentions and the comments and the replies, I had already heard what everyone was saying. So, by the time it had been released, I wasn't surprised. But I'll tell you how I felt is I don't know about you guys, but you're watching Saw? People getting torn apart kind of makes your stomach feel like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very sickening to the stomach. We've been waiting for the stuff to come out and wondering what's happening, and then all of a sudden it just breaks that they're all wanted. It's hard to bring in the words, how the whole situation kind of makes you feel, right? Because it's such a disgusting thing.
The problem is, and a lot of people, older generation, so me, you, Ty, and older, we're still young, but we're old enough to understand what's happening.
Yeah.
Where when we grew up playing hockey and being around hockey culture, the mantra was what? Boys will be boys.
Yeah, every time.
That you go back 6 years when this happened. It was still the boys will be boys mantra. It's disgusting. let me play devil's advocate for 1 second. While we all heard her side, we won't name her name, there is also video recording audio stating her saying, "I like it."
I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
I'm not taking it away from the victim, and I'm not empowering the abusers. There's something we're not getting here.
Yeah.
Is this
There's his side and her side.
confirming it is her though? Like, is that audio confirmed that it is her?
It's submitted to the courts.
Okay.
So,
but mind you,
if it's in the courts,
but mind you, guys, if you're getting, let's say you're getting your rock softball completely out of your head, what are you gonna say in that moment? Oh, I like this. You might still not be in the right frame of mind, but you're saying shit that's not.
Yeah. Or you can
against.
return with like, at the time they were making me say that I liked it.
mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Before
There's many different
before
it
was
his side,
recorded,
her side,
right?
the truth.
Yeah.
There's so many. You're right. There's so many ways to look at it.
But either way, it's vile. It's disgusting. I'm dealing with it in the world of hockey right now, and both of you know I'm a pro wrestling fan, and we're dealing with it now in the pro wrestling world with Vince McMahon stuff. I won't get into.
Also a wrestling fan.
That's not this show, but I'm getting it from both things that I enjoy in life, and I'm not having a good time right now this week.
No.
Well, and I think what doesn't make any of this any better is like the Chicago thing that broke too, right? Like all this news kind of started happening all within each other. So it was like a domino effect, which there's actually another one on here that I have, another case. I didn't mention it to either of you because I wanted to.
Is it the 05 Halifax thing?
It's even actually before that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So this is, dude, I haven't seen anyone mention this, which is weird because this came out on the 25th as well. So I'm going to share it here. It is this one. Update. The Halifax Regional Police continue to investigate an historical sexual assault that is alleged to have occurred in the city.
Oh, this is during
the 2002-03 World Juniors tournament, and it involved multiple members of Canada's team, a police spokesman told TSN. As with any investigation, investigators are gathering evidence, following up on leads, speaking with people who may have information in relation to the investigation, and exploring numerous avenues to advance the investigation. Constable John McLeod wrote to TSN in an email this morning, "We thank everyone who has come forward to assist the investigation thus far and continue to encourage anyone with information to contact the police." McLeod wrote, "Police want victims to know that there is no statute of limitations, and we take a victim-centered approach to sexualized violence so that we can provide assistance to victims at whatever stage of healing they may be in. A person of the familiar with the matter previously told TSN Halifax Police have committed significant resources to the investigation and have continued to try to contact witnesses who may have information share about the allegations."
So when I said 05, this is the one I was talking about, Dusty. I got the years.
Okay. Yeah. So I can't remember who was on that roster.
So
2002.
Who is that former Leaf that's on the TSN panel? Carl
Koliakovo.
He was on that roster.
Okay.
But he has since made public statements, because that was brought up a couple years ago too, that he had nothing to do with the involvement. He wasn't around team functions and stuff like that. But he was on that roster, so
it's like dating back to then.
I think he would have been on that roster.
Right here. So,
well, no,
right here. Yeah, you're right. Mark R.J. Fleury and David, whoever.
Yeah, and there's Cora. Yeah.
Yeah, Ian White. Matt Stajan. Jordan
Okay, so a
Toussaint.
lot of Leafs.
Former Leafs. Yeah.
Pierre Parento. Brooks Lake. Scotty Upshaw. Pierre-Marc Bouchard. Cal Wellwood. Joffrey
And Cam
Lupul.
McClement was on that roster too.
Okay, so a lot of ex-Leafs.
Yeah, a lot of this team, man, was in the NHL. A lot of these guys made the NHL.
Yeah.
It seems like less and less now, eh?
It really does, and it's unfortunate. A lot of the
You
guys
get like
that
2 or 3,
Like,
and then
and then he's gone. Oh, he's back.
nope, I'm back.
all right. But yeah, like it's just when you're seeing these stories keep coming out, and it's
Disgusting.
it's disgusting, but like does it make you really want to put your kid in hockey is my question.
Mine's hitting that age now where
Like,
I have to kind of have these conversations with him.
Well, it just seems like, like at that age, or like
You just got to really put extra focus on how you raise them.
So for instance, my oldest son, he's U13. There's 2 girls on his team. I had a conversation with him at the beginning of the season. I was like, you see those 2 girls? They're just boys. Ignore them in the sense that they're girls. Treat them as one of your buddies. Obviously, watch what you say. But don't look at them any kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
My oldest is like, okay. And he treats both the girls just like one of the boys.
Yep.
That's all they really want.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Ask any girl who plays hockey, that's what they want. They just want to be treated like one of the guys.
Yeah, especially if they play in the boys' leagues, yeah. Because there are girl teams now. There's lots of them. But
yeah, and if you're there to play with the boys, treat them like one.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the coach, because the one girl is the coach's daughter. Every time we say, "Oh, go girl," he's like, "I can call her one of the guys. It's fine."
Yeah.
Like even he doesn't do that shit, right? But he's very old school too. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
But let me
It's
ask you
just-
guys. Can I ask you guys a devil's advocate question?
Yeah.
When it comes to both these incidents, right? Could it be just because you got to think how long London police dragged their feet. They closed the case at one point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a case of trigger warning? Not trying to trigger anybody. Is it a case of woe is me? I didn't get my payout. Now my money's gone. I want more money. Or is it I regret taking that hush money. Now I want to speak.
I think it's more like once you see some victims coming forward, right? I think it was more of like, I want to show that like maybe it's the culture, maybe they're trying to show like the toxic culture of it, because I'm not gonna lie, like we all went to high school, like a lot of the time, man, like hockey players, they're always, oh, this guy, he's a good guy, but really, are they?
I mean, I probably was.
Are these guys really good guys? A lot of these hockey kids, because I remember them being a lot of them being assholes.
Listen,
I remember being an asshole.
Yeah.
That's it. I remember being an asshole too. I wasn't the asshole that took advantage of girls, but I was a womanizer. But I never took advantage of somebody that wasn't willing.
Yeah, no, I didn't take advantage of girls in that way. I was more like a sit beside them in school and kind of.
What
you think I'm cute? What's your answer? What's your answer to this exact? Do my homework, please.
Yeah.
But that was it.
But
yeah, we were dicks.
The puck bunnies, right? So,
yeah. Like I remember because I grew up playing hockey.
Yeah, I did a lot of that, but
and
it was
basically
all
I
cool.
stopped playing hockey before high school. Like high school started, I didn't play hockey. So I still remain on like talking terms with a lot of them, but like pretty much like it was like stop being buddies with a lot of them. And they used to pick on a lot of like my buddies. Never really picked on me. We're assholes to a lot of the people I knew. So it's like to see some of them that are a lot of bad people is not shocking to me.
Well, here, do you guys remember a couple years ago the case of, I think it's St. Michael's School, and then the Sarnia Sting locker room shit for the hazing?
Yeah.
Maybe the women are finally feeling comfortable saying, hey, if they're coming forward, we need to come forward.
Yeah, and get the story
a lot
heard.
Of these guys were put in really weird positions.
Yeah.
100%, man.
Anything's possible, and we're gonna find out more.
Right, and that's why I'm playing devil's advocate with you guys. Like, I'm not saying that I support what these men did by any means. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to play the other side of the fence until more story comes forward, right? Like,
they're gonna get their trial.
I honestly thought about driving down to London and sitting outside one of the police stations, man.
Yeah.
Like, I legitimately thought about sitting down in one of the police stations in London, waiting for them to roll in to figure out who was who.
And see,
playing as an insider.
And that's why right now, like, with the original ones, going back to like the original story of that's why you got to be careful about the names releasing, right? Like, it destroys fucking lives, that kind of shit, man. Like, absolutely can destroy a life if someone didn't do it. That was accused that had nothing to do with it, right? Like,
yeah.
Well, who's that guy that was drafted by the Sens and then the ownership didn't want
Formington.
Yeah, he went over to Swiss leagues because they didn't want him in North America anymore. He's guilty. We know 100% that he's in on this. That's the one that we know.
And they want nothing to do with him now, the Swiss club too.
Right, but
they don't want anything to do with him.
One player we know that is 100% guilty because it's been proven already. The other four, but if you look
is up in the air.
In 2022, when the statement first dropped, Carter Hart, immediately almost following that statement, asked for mental time off.
It is. You gotta look at that, and I know like there's lots of you can look at that and say that, and who knows, like it could come out and he could be it.
Or maybe he was just confident, right? Somebody could have told him what they did, and he's just guilty by association. We don't know. It's all speculation.
The thing, they must have a lot of evidence, though, man, on this.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the evidence, but the name-wise, we can only speculate until the names are actually out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Yeah.
Like...
And that's the issue with it too, right? And why are they waiting so long? Where all this speculation and these players leaving at a horrible time.
It doesn't look good. Doesn't look good, Bob.
It doesn't. It does have a bad image.
You got to think about the one player that's potentially involved, and that'd be Foote. His dad's a Hall of Famer, absolutely adored.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, do you think back to the culture thing, right? Especially your dad was in the show, man. Think the ego that kid would have.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah,
NHL or Hall of Famer. You're gonna find whether you like it or not. Nah, that doesn't.
Yeah, I can almost get into this. I can almost get in the show by my name alone.
Right. Now, do you guys remember when Foote was traded from Tampa to Jersey?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember the plethora of picks that had to go with him?
Oh, that's interesting.
No, I don't.
I think Tampa was saving, or New Jersey was saving their, whatever side he received the picks was saving their ass because they knew eventually this was going to come to light.
Jersey received the picks.
And you get the picks, and then what? You don't have to worry if you lose them because you have a farm system of picks coming that you can
Fuck. Yeah. Wow, that's some fucking interesting conspiracy bullshit. Oof.
You can't tell me these
Jeez.
organizations weren't any bit aware of anything. Look at Calgary and what's his face?
Calgary.
Dube.
Oh, he was in Calgary. Yeah, Dylan Dubé.
He's only ever played for Calgary. He was drafted by them too.
Yeah.
You can't tell me they didn't know. Somebody in that organization has to know.
Yeah. Well, the teams did know.
Brad
Apparently-
Tree living.
Apparently, oh God.
Didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Ooh.
Anyway, that's a whole new conspiracy.
Yeah, you should put that out there because that was your idea.
But like you
A
have
lot
these
of
Oh,
us
fuck
not
my
talking
phone.
about.
you have
not
the kid
talking
from the
about
Swiss
it.
League ask for personal time off and back en route to Canada. That doesn't look good after a London police report comes out.
No, that's Formington.
You have the
That's
two Jersey
Formington, yeah.
players asking for time off is immediately after these
A red
statements came
flag.
out.
Yeah. See,
Dan-
at least when Carter Hart was before it all broke,
Right.
and that's why I think got people talking originally.
But then again, how many days ago did the police call them? They
Who
only
knows?
released an official statement 2 days ago.
That's what I was thinking,
Yeah.
right? Like I was thinking that too. Like because
But
a lot of the theories, right? Like I have the theories on it too.
You know
right?
the
But
one
it's like
the one statement that bugs me the most about this entire thing? In the grand scheme of things, it means nothing, but it bugs me. Danny Briere saying that he has not spoken to Hart or his representation about the time off. Bullshit. How else does your goalie just take time off, bro? You have to talk to somebody here.
dude, to me,
Yeah.
Briere's another one, man. Like, look at his son. Look what his
Mhm.
son did.
Fucking moron in itself, but
His son threw a fucking wheelchair person's wheelchair. A wheelchair person's. He threw a wheelchair down a flight of stairs.
because he thought it was funny. And like,
Yeah. Like,
I don't know, man. Is the hockey culture broken?
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, definitely. Look at
It's
Letterkenny.
perceived. Yeah, it's perceived. It pretty much is like that.
It is, man. Okay, so one of my buddies that I work with was over here a little while ago with his girlfriend,
Yeah.
and within 10 minutes, she told me, "You sound like one of the hockey players from Letterkenny." Like I can just tell you're a hockey bro. So yeah, like hockey players are literally exactly what Letterkenny puts them as.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, but
The
did we ever believe that
stereotype.
stereotype?
No.
I just think
No,
it's
but-
disgusting all around, and I hope justice is served properly.
Yeah.
1,000%. And I really hope it is too. Like,
And like if it is one of your points, your devil's advocate points earlier, if we find out that she was just reaching and these guys are all innocent, I hope they are able to just return to their careers if
that's true,
Yeah, but that's-
like the innocent thing, and she was paid hush money, I hope she gets sued to the end of the moon. If she's in the wrong, I'm not saying she is. I hope that they all file lawsuits against her. 'Cause that
If
is
not,
huge and could potentially ruin your life earnings.
if
Yeah,
not,
but-
I hope we never see them in the league again.
see,
hope that-
again, though, when is Hockey Canada going to be held accountable for hiding and covering up all this stuff?
Here's the
The
next
only
So the
I
one
don't
thing I
want
have,
to
though,
check
okay?
out
So
how
one
heated
more
about this.
thing. One more thing I do have, okay, on the Hockey Canada, with them holding all that information that does piss me off, is Hockey Canada is federally funded, which means us taxpayers are funding
paying-
Hockey Canada.
here's
And they're
the next-
keeping that from us. And that's what really pisses me off.
While your tax dollars, my tax dollars, Ty's tax dollars go in, we're already losing money here to Hockey Canada. But then you have me and Ty who have multiple kids in Hockey Canada where our registration fees are going to pay their legal fees.
Yeah. That's what
Well,
makes me
like
sick.
tax money, right? And that the
My
tax money
kid is
is
playing
going to that
hockey,
too.
and you're benefiting off this because you potentially have 5 guys who ran a train on the girl and thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Like,
It's gross.
it is. And you know what? Well, maybe you need to put these kids through like being a good person kind of fucking courses and shit like that at a young age. You want to play hockey? You want to play hockey at this level? You have to go through courses, and this is the like not tolerated. Build character that's fucking good character.
Yeah. Kind of nip it in the
Sensitivity
butt before it
training
happens.
Thing.
Yeah.
Sensitivity training needs to be a thing when they hit the age of 16. They should be mandated 2 hours.
Yeah,
2
but
hours per month.
Just learn to not be an asshole.
Yeah. Like, well, you can. It's hard to say, right? Because I don't want everyone not to be able to like take away from what they want to say, like that freedom of speech kind of thing, right? Like you don't want to get away from that because that's what makes difficult conversations difficult to have.
Can I bring up something?
Yeah.
When you're done.
Yeah.
Well, you can finish what you're going to say.
No, it could. Yeah, go. What you're going to say.
I'm struggling with this at home personally right now, and I try to correct the behavior as quick as possible. So please bear in mind that this story I'm telling, I'm opening up to something in my home life, but I don't really want to, but I am because it's relevant to this conversation. My 13-year-old, right? He's already starting to sexualize hockey moms.
Oh,
right? Like I get it, a joke between the boys. I get it.
Yeah.
But when I'm constantly hearing about it and I'm sitting there thinking, what the fuck? Like some of these comments, I'm like, what is going on? And then I had a conversation with a coach the other day, and he's telling me the kids forgot he was in the room getting his stuff undone after practice because he kind of sits behind a wall. And they're talking, and the conversation's getting gross where he has to go, like, what is going on? Like, I have these conversations with my kid. I'm like, you got to stop.
And the problem
it's
is
not appropriate.
The problem is like we can't monitor what they're saying all the time, right?
Right.
So like they stop saying it about us, but I know just because I was that way, not at 13, but like I was at 15, like I was saying it in the hallway at school. If the kid on the team had a hot mom, he knew.
Right.
And we all thought it was normal.
But it's not. Like, the way
I got a story for you. Oh, you
I got
finished.
a question too. I got a question for both, like, because it applies to all of us at that point.
Okay.
We're talking about this, right?
Okay.
We're all girl. We all have a girl.
Yeah.
So, as a father to a girl, like, doesn't it like that's what I think part of this story does hit a nerve too, right? Like,
yeah,
with this culture, and you're seeing this culture, and you're seeing like you both shadow, you're seeing it first, full like right in the dressing room with your kids, and you're trying to deal with this.
Yeah.
Like, do you use like think of that like that's someone's sister, like your sister? How would you feel someone talking about your sister? Do you use that to him at all, or?
I do, because I'm like, I ask him, okay, let's put your sister at your age, right? Like I try to bring it kind of to hit home for him. And let's say, like a conversation, the kid's name is Andrew, sorry. But let's say his name is Andrew, and Andrew's hitting on your sister. How are you going to feel? Well, I'd beat him up. Exactly. What does that tell you?
I got a story for you, Shadow, and you can share this with him if you want. It'll help.
All right.
I was a goalie that played like my whole life. I was playing by myself pretty much, but one year I had a backup. and we would do like 1-1, and then he'd get one, and then I'd do 1-1, and then he'd get one. Well, one night we were playing in Riverview, and he got the start. So I was sitting in the penalty box, and I loved sitting in the penalty box because I didn't get to do it often. And one of my best friends in high school, he takes a penalty, and he comes into the penalty box, and it was going to be a 4-on-4. It was roughing each way, and they were chirping on the way to the box. And my buddy yells at this guy, "Oh yeah, I fucked your mom last night." Well, the timekeeper was in between the two penalty boxes, and that was that kid's dad.
Oh shit.
And he came right out and came right at my buddy and me. Just fist flying. The ref had to jump in the box. The cops were called. It was a shit show. So let them know, watch what you say about buddies' moms. Because you never know when dad can be right there.
Like Dusty, me and you have had a lot of personal conversations, right? We're good buddies, and I confide in you a lot of shit. But like my kid's behavior, he's gonna be 13 here in a month, right? He's hitting that teenage thing. It's way different than when we were teenagers. Obviously, the world is a very much different place. And I'm trying to stop as much as this aggressive sexualization as possible, because I'm not here to raise somebody that we're going to have to listen to in Hockey Canada stories 20 years from now.
Yeah.
I'm here to raise him properly. So that way, when there's like, I had this conversation with him because he was asking what me and my wife were talking about yesterday. And I told him 5 players from a couple years ago on to World Juniors, a couple years older than you, that you are now in trouble for touching a girl inappropriately against her will. And I said, and this is a trigger to anybody that abuse-wise, I told him if I ever catch him doing that, I will beat the shit out of him myself and leave him in the street for everybody else to pick on. Because I will not
Grew up in the
tolerate that in
90s.
my home.
Yeah.
And I said, you ever see a girl laid out in that kind of position, your sister, your friend, anybody, any girl or guy, depending on the situation, somebody's taking advantage of them, you stop it. And if you can't stop it, get someone to stop it.
And like, I only have one, and I'm a daughter, so like, that's what I'm depending on. I'm depending on other, dads like you two that are teaching their kids that kind of stuff to properly, with that hope.
I raised my daughter. Like the love I show her is how I want the man that she eventually falls, or woman, she falls in love with eventually, to treat her the same way, if not better than I can. Nobody ever will.
And that's what I'm trying to do too as a dad.
And then with my boys, I'm trying to teach them to be the respectable man I try to be publicly and privately in my own home with my wife. What happens behind closed bedroom doors, we don't king shame around here. But you know what I mean? Like, I have to set the tone across the 4 of them.
Yeah.
And if I don't, nobody else is going to.
Yeah. 100%.
No, you're right. I'm lucky, because my daughter, she has recently let us know she has a girlfriend. So as long as things keep up like this, no bad dudes in the future.
We're all girl dads here too, and I hate the excuse, oh, girls are harder to raise than boys.
Yeah.
They're not. Your daughter can come home once a year, maybe twice, and tell you she's pregnant. Your son can come home every other day and tell you he got some girl pregnant.
Yeah. Every day.
Like, that's just one analogy you can use, right? But the world we're living in right now is vile and disgusting. It's way different than we were raised for. We're not prepared for any of this shit that we're handling now.
Nope. That's the problem, right? With what's going on in the world right now. Like, it's
too old school meets new school.
Yeah.
And see, no, I have a theory on like on our generation because all three of us are millennials technically,
We don't want
but
to admit it, sure.
we're at that beginning stage of the millennial where we still grew up with Gen X, right? And
Yeah,
they're the ones that kept us fucking straight, right? Like we hung
pretty
out with
much,
them.
yeah.
We're the older kids. We grew up with that last kind of around that attitude of them. And then you got into the younger kids, which are the millennials, and they make us like soft and shit. Like we're kind of in that middle stage where like no, we're not fully like boomer, but we're not like oh my god, like I you hurt my feelings by saying this kind of, you know.
Oh
We were
crap!
raised
Just
on
one sec.
values. We were
I'll be
raised
right
on
back.
values and morals, and this generation, as much as we try to do that, is not the same. Scary times, man.
It is, dude.
Like back to the because we're talking hockey. My daughter is starting hockey. The last thing I want her to do is be in any kind of position like this either.
Yeah. But a positive side of hockey, which I do feel we can maybe turn that, but with us being like the girl dad thing again. So you said like hockey. More the positive side, how great is it now knowing that if you have your daughter in hockey that she actually stands a chance at becoming a professional now?
I love it. Every game I can catch for the PWHL, it's on my TV. My daughter's like, "It's the big girls," and she's happy.
Yeah.
It's good hockey.
You know,
Good hockey,
I do plan to take my daughter to a game, and I'm going to try to link up with you and take your daughter as well. Like, we'll all
yeah,
go
I was going to
together.
say I wanted to do that too. Like, I think that'd be so cool to do.
Oh, babies love hockey games.
Yeah,
I think it'd be great for our girls to see that there's just more than the big boys.
exactly. And man, think of how good this league is going to be. Like right now, is it different than watching NHL? Yeah, are they as fast and strong? And no, but these players are paid enough to make a living and train in hockey, right? Where a lot of these women have jobs. Like I think there's a police officer on the Ottawa team.
Right, she's a constable.
Yeah.
But I'd be remiss in saying, and I wholeheartedly mean this, if it wasn't for players like Marie Poulin, Hillary Knight walking so these players could run. Yes, they're still in the league, but very much so. Poulin and Knight have made their staple in Canadian and US markets to where now they feel comfortable with women's hockey becoming a thing.
Yeah. I think it's cool.
Like Wickenheiser, Campbell, there's a few American women that have really polarized the sport, that have literally walked and crawled. So these women that are now playing in the PW can run. And our daughters of the future, if they get that far, can run and skate and play professional hockey. It's huge.
It's so cool, man. It's so cool.
It's just kind of sad knowing like girls that could have made a professional league. Like my older cousin, she was like the best hockey player I knew growing up, and she taught me pretty much everything I knew. And she probably could have played pro if this was a thing. And she's like almost 40 now.
Yeah, but look at women like Wickenheiser and Cassie
Barpill.
Campbell. Like,
what's her name? Barpill? Is that this Leaf skating coach?
I think so.
Yeah, like, or she was. Apparently, she's like a famous like.
But you know what the one
power skater.
But here's the thing: you can read the NHL rule book front to back. There's no rule exempting women from the league.
No, there's not. No,
there's not one.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter actually.
The only thing that
Rob. It was Rob. Was it Rob?
The thing that actually stopped it is the physicality.
And actually, I kind of like the bit of physicality in it right now, man. I'm not gonna lie, I do.
I love that the women asked for that to be in there.
Was it Rob? No, it wasn't Rob.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the PWHL having the if you score a shorthanded goal, your player's out?
I think that's cool.
That's awesome. And man, the penalty kill is relentless in that league, man. They're just fucking pinch.
Do you think maybe the NHL will look at that?
No,
100%. 100% they will.
We don't change things.
Yeah, they do.
Not for the better.
Not until
Do you remember
it's dead and cold and in the
two-line pass? You want to go back to the two-line pass?
Can I? I want to.
I think it would shake things up.
I know this is your guys' show, and I'm talking a lot. And I'm sorry.
Nah, we're happy to have anybody.
So let me ask you guys something, and this is NHL related and Leafs related. Is Gary Bettman the Harold Ballard of this generation?
I would say sure. Yeah.
So as much as people, this is going to be a take a lot of people don't like, and I know, as much as shit Bettman has done for the NHL, like shitty things, he has built a really good product right now.
He's grown the game. I'll give him that.
He's grown the game. We're at 32 teams, right? We're making record profits. Profits never seen in the sport before. Teams are starting to be around about $1 billion to get in an expansion. Like, do you think this game would have grown as much as he didn't implement that salary cap?
I think it would have. I still strongly believe it. Me and you have had this conversation. I don't know where Ty sits with this, but the NHL needs to institute a luxury tax.
I agree. They do. They need something.
Yeah, I think I've talked about that on here before.
You can cap the luxury tax at whatever you will, but teams should be afforded, like the Rangers, the Leafs, the Bruins, the Canadian stuff, like original 6 teams and some higher profitable franchises should be able to spend 9-10 mil over their cap. That's a luxury.
So at the same time, I think it is time though. Like you take the cap out, like you can introduce something where you can, but you have everything that you go over after a cap goes into a pool to help pay for other teams. But my problem with the cap, right? Because it looks at a guy, okay, say William Nylander with us Leaf fans, we hyper analyze every single player because of their cap hit.
Yeah.
And that puts them under a microscope more.
You put William Nylander and his contract, put Austin Matthews and his contract on Arizona, no one's blinking an eye.
No. Even for instance, but say you put Austin Matthews and say Matthews, some stupid reason, was making $7 million right now. Right? Like, you value a person like Nathan McKinnon. A lot of people thought Nathan McKinnon at the time was seen as, oh, he's way better than Matthews. He's showing that right now that he is probably about the second best player in the world. But even 3-4 years ago, people were saying Nathan McKinnon is like the second best player, and at the time it was like, is he, or does he look that amazing because of his contract?
Another thing that bugs the shit out of me, people are like, oh, Crosby took a team-friendly deal at 8.7. Y'all forget that was like 18% of the cap when he signed that? Like,
it still holds the record of the most percentage of a cap taken.
Like it wasn't team-friendly. It looks like
I believe it was 18% exactly.
Now it does, yeah, but look,
now sure. But like then, no shot. But
I think the cap was like $34 million that year.
Yeah, like it was stupid.
So what would you think if they changed the rules of the cap so like it still stood, but like it was a per game basis and scratches didn't count against your cap? So your cap was what you could dress. Yeah, so what you could dress. So like you can put $100 million into a team, but you can't dress it that way every night.
You can only
Besides the
dress like
playoffs?
75 million of it.
Yeah,
Like in the playoffs, it doesn't count then?
but once the playoffs comes, you ice your best. Yeah,
And no salary
cap,
cap.
fuck the cap.
Dude,
Fuck the
that is
cap,
actually a really good idea. I love that
would love
idea.
to see that.
I should be the commissioner.
Stanley Cup playoffs.
You should tweet that out. That's a really good
Don't
idea.
write that down. Like keep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Write that
Yeah.
down.
Oh yeah.
That is
I'm gonna, I can just
incredible idea.
watch this, but I'm gonna write it. Yeah. Okay. So.
I actually really like that idea.
Now, while he's writing that down, what if the NHL went, and I don't want to see it, but what if the NHL went the MLB style, where you could, what's his face just signed?
Shohei Ohtani
Yeah, where he
at like 900 million or 700 million dollars.
Yeah, like would
Yeah.
you imagine signing NHL players like that?
That'd be stupid. I wouldn't want to see it like that.
But unfortunately, in the world of sports, this is where we're at right now.
That's because it is based off of revenue, though, right? Like the NHL doesn't produce those type of numbers.
How much
compared
money?
to like
How much money is he
NBA.
getting paid?
Who?
Is it $2
Shohei
million?
Ohtani?
Yeah.
So he took 20 million a year for the 10 or whatever years. So it was like I think it was like he's getting like $640 million after he retires.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing that got me really thinking. He's taking 20 million USD a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does 20 million USD to yen convert to? Because you got to assume he's living like a fucking king.
He lives in California.
Oh.
Yeah, but if he's sending money back home and all that.
Back home, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Ohtanis are definitely cartel. Edit that out.
Yeah, he's probably. Well, he's probably building an empire.
Like you're looking at it like that because yen is a lot less. I mean, a lot less even than the Canadian dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they're making bank if he's sending that back home, and even if he just transfers it back home and lets it sit, he's making more money than that contract's worth by the end of it.
Man, he's investing that.
He has to be.
He's a bet, yo.
What other reason in your right mind are you foregoing X amount of money just to play baseball? I don't know.
Yeah. It looks like it's almost all guaranteed too. How about that actually? So football rules with the contract. I know you probably net that
money. Nope.
No.
Prime example, DiPietro.
Oh yeah.
No, but like you can cut a player and they're cut. Salary cap gone. I'm talking kind of like that.
Okay, if that's the case, sure. But like, let's say DiPietro plays now.
Yeah.
Signs a guaranteed $50 million contract, plays 2 games, gets hurt, gets cut. He's still got 50 mil for doing absolutely shit.
That becomes the team's fault. That becomes
I don't want to
that
see
contract.
Yeah, because that could become something we would likely get stuck with, Dusty. Do you want to twitch about that on Bit?
Fish put that on Twitter.
That's what I was trying. Yeah.
But in that same sense, like in the football league, what's stopping Tom Brady coming back right now, other than his age, and saying, "Okay, I'll sign $100 million contract, play 1 game, and then retire." Walks away, $100 million guaranteed.
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't want to tweet about that. I don't want to tweet that. Imagine.
But you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. So glad we. Ugh. All right, guys. We're 51 minutes in, and we haven't even seen the Gallagher hit.
Yeah.
Listen, I could go all night with this shit, man. I got this shit going.
All right, so we can do the Gallagher thing now.
Sorry.
Hey man, we love it.
No, it's great.
They're actually starting to get longer now. Our podcasts, so
Yeah, like we can just give her. No worries. I'm just trying to be the voice of direction here.
So this is even better.
What
I'm
sorry.
back here. Yeah, sweet. So I got a whole presentation here. Okay, the NHL, the lovely presentation that player safety put out for us. Okay,
Nice.
I
Okay.
got a video, 2-minute video.
Thursday night in Montreal, Canadiens forward Brendan Gallagher was assessed a match penalty for delivering an illegal check to the head of Islanders defenseman Adam Pelech, causing an injury.
Hey, holy
As the video
shit!
shows,
Watch this.
Pelech skates the puck out of his defense. Gallagher
Chug it, 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 chew, chew.
Gallagher loads up, raises his arm, and elevates into a forceful check that cuts across the front of Pelech's core and picks his head, making the head the main point of contact.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop that right here for a second. So, what was both your first thoughts? Like when you saw that hit? I remember it last night.
I
Yeah.
felt my stomach sink. Oh, I felt it in my face.
Don't shoot me. I loved it. I'll explain more when you're done your presentation.
I loved it. He says.
Contact on a hit where such head contact was avoidable. This is an illegal check to the head. It is important to note that both elements of the illegal check to the head rule are satisfied on this play. First, the head is the main point of contact, as Gallagher's elbow makes direct and forceful contact with Pelech's head, and it is the head that absorbs the vast majority of the force of the check. Second, the head contact on this hit is avoidable. Gallagher chooses an angle of approach that cuts across the front of Pelech's body. Recognizing that he may be about to miss his check, and in an attempt to get a piece of Pelech, Gallagher then flares his elbow and extends upward, picking his head with significant force. If Gallagher wants to deliver this hit, he must stay low and choose an angle that hits through Pelech's shoulder and core, rather than one that makes the head the main point of contact.
Okay, you know what? This hit here. Like, think of how great of a hip check that could have been instead of that.
That's what I thought.
That's what I was thinking. Swing your hip out.
That,
My exact thought.
Like, what was he thinking throwing that?
Well, it's Gallagher. He probably wasn't.
Of contact.
Like,
To summarize, this is an illegal check to the head. Pelech suffered an injury on the play. Gallagher has been fined once in his 723 games
okay, well, I gotta write these notes down.
NHL career. The Department of Player Safety has suspended Brendan Gallagher.
So they're gonna say it now. I know we already know. You're George Peros right now, and you see that hit. How many games are you giving them? Well, Shadow, we'll go to you first.
25. Need to set that precedent. 25.
That's a lot more than I thought you were going to give them. Not going to lie.
Like I said, I will explain.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Ginger.
I was going to say 15 to 20. Just like the old school days.
Okay, so I made a tweet last night when I saw that. I thought he definitely deserved. My thought was he deserved over 10. 10 to 15, kind of like you. I had so little faith in the NHL that I knew it wasn't going to be an in-person hearing. I think I said 2 games that he would probably get. But I was shocked what the result was.
For 5 games.
NHL.
Now, my question is, if a Leaf throws that hit, I don't know which one would.
50. 50, go.
Full season. Should have just gambled.
Find his whole contract for that year.
Yeah, ban him.
So, you asked, in your exact wording, what was my first thought when I seen that hit?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said I loved it, because I didn't catch all of what was happening. I just seen the big hit.
Yeah.
So that'll explain that.
Mm-hmm.
My my theory behind why it should be 25. What happened with Scott Stevens when he laid hits like that? Nothing. And we try to move away from that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Paul Correa is a prime example of a player that never came back to who he was.
Yep. Eric
That's why it
Lindros.
should have been 25.
Eric Lindros is technically another Scott Stevens victim.
Yep. But like, I was just watching Scott Stevens hits last night because my son wanted to watch big hits, which is ironic. But so I showed him Scott Stevens hits. But that is a very Scott Stevens-esque play.
Oh, definitely is.
Right? So that's why, if that's what the NHL was trying to avoid, is shit like Scott Stevens. They can even call it the Scott Stevens rule. I don't give a fuck. But it should have been 25 games to set that precedent. He could have just lowered himself, and like we all agreed, a hip check would have been beautiful.
Oh, it would have been on hit highlights.
But he had to extend that elbow. He's not Gordie Howe. You know, yes, sure, he doesn't have any relevant reasons to be suspended longer than whatever he got. But that doesn't matter. That prior history should not come into effect when it's direct hit like that.
You're right. And
I just had a puking incident at home, so I got to step away from the mic for a sec. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. I'm glad we got two other guys. I'll be back.
Yeah, we'll continue. Okay, so like with that, like I said, the 10 to 15, it was raising the elbow, malicious intent. I think the NHL made a big miss on this today with not setting the example.
The Perils has never done that. Either Shanny, though.
Dude, like
our
actually Shanahan gave Rafi Torres 25 games.
Right. But in all major league sports, all major league, the NHL's player safety department is the worst.
Yeah, but
crisis averted.
Nice.
Wait. So, but is any like the difference is, man, in this league though, and player safety is probably bad in all of them. This is a game where it should be the most though. No other sport are players going as fast as hockey players are going. In basketball, players are not running at 30, 40 kilometers per hour on fucking knife shoes.
You're not.
They barely even hit each other.
That's not true, bro. What about speed skating and Olympic running?
On contact?
Hey, man, I'm just saying, Usain Bolt could throw a hip check. Why not?
Actually, I don't know if you guys have ever caught this on YouTube, but I love watching highlights. What's it called? I think it's bandy.
Oh, is that the sport where they're just ice hockey and they're in an octagon ring on skates?
Yeah, and there's 11 of them. There's 11 players per side. It's soccer. It's hockey with soccer rules. You've never seen this, Shadow?
No, I got to go watch this later.
Oh, man, no, Dusty, bring up a YouTube video. You can do it. Bring up a YouTube video.
What do you want me to bring up?
Bandy highlights on YouTube. Just show them like a goal highlights or something. It's a soccer-sized net too, and the goalies just dive around.
Oh, is that the one they play on like the Olympic surface?
It's an oval.
Yeah, but it's like an Olympic size.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen it, but I've never actually like watched it.
Yo,
it's fun to watch, man. They're nuts.
It's over in Europe, right?
It's in like the Scandinavia.
Yeah,
like
I think that sometime.
Yeah, Viking countries.
All right, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause the music.
Give me something that desire. Boom.
This is cool.
Yeah, I've seen this. Okay, let's see this now.
That is so cool.
They're fucked, man. The goalies don't even have a stick.
That's so cool, man.
That is
dude. Dope. Hockey players could probably go and just wreck shit in that fucking game.
Holy fuck! Free kick style penalties. Oh my god, no.
Yo, that is so cool. I forget what the one I was thinking then. Anyway,
That's
this
the
thing
only
was
thing
like
about ball.
no, it's not slam ball. It's these guys got into it was like a just hockey fights. Literally, just get in a ring.
Oh, like the
Hockey fight.
goon
It's
thing?
like an octagon. Yeah. I think something like that. I forget what it was. It randomly popped up. I put it in a conversation with me, you, and Fulton like forever.
Yeah. Something gladiators or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it. It was just hockey fighting in a little hockey rink.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
So
I need to find a new sport to watch. I like it.
So then a lot of people started comparing it to something. I saw a lot of people saying this, which was kind of ridiculous. Comparing it to this.
No. No.
Which
No.
Which you know what? I still think that is dirty though.
Can you do me a favor?
It is dirty, yeah.
Can you do me a favor? Can you bring up the clip one more time of the hit? But I want you to pause it just before he makes contact. Because I want to Don Cherry this for a second.
Ooh. I
don't know
Don.
about you guys, but I still support Don Cherry.
Yeah, well, yeah. I always will.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Play.
Right.
After he does,
Right.
raises his arm.
Pause. Right there. Can you zoom in? Are you able to or no?
I think so.
I don't know if you can with a video or not.
No, it's not letting me zoom in.
Okay, well, either way, I want you guys to look at this in this situation right now. Who's the player again that got hit?
Pellick, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Okay, where's Pellick's eyes and head? Where's
looking at Gallagher.
He's not looking at Gallagher though.
He's looking off to the side where the puck is going.
Right. And he
yeah.
You can't tell me he doesn't see Gallagher coming across.
Oh, he's got to see Gallagher.
You can't tell me he's not.
You're right.
He's not seeing.
And
yeah, he's got to see that coming.
Right. At this point, he should see something red in front of him.
Yeah, but dude,
he doesn't even.
He doesn't try to stand up. He doesn't try to defend himself.
But it kind of looks like he's skating into it as well, though.
Hit. I know we're watching it in slow-mo, and it's a very fast incident, but he's never once looked to his left and seen that. You can't tell me at that point right there that he doesn't see something red.
Yeah. Like, look, Ray, it doesn't look like he's looking straight.
That's what I'm saying. He's not.
I can't tell. It's too blurry.
See, right there, he's completely looking away before the hit even happens, too.
Yeah. He's watching the puck, though, because watch, he had the puck, right? Like, so, comes out here. See, he has the puck.
Right. So, right there, he already sees Gallagher making a cross.
Yeah. So, he lets that. See, he's looking at his man that he's passing it to, and he's watching the other guys break out. So, that's what I think he's watching.
But you can't. In hockey, all three of us have been on the ice. You have peripheral. You see that skater coming. This could have been avoided if he had protected himself as well.
Yes, but at the same time, though, like I'm watching that, and like after getting rid of the puck, man, you're not going to expect a hit, right? Like you got rid of the puck, and like it was a bit of a late hit too.
It's 100% a charge.
Hit check.
It's 100% a charge with the amount of steps, and it's late, 100%. But you have to anticipate a hit.
But do you though? Because like the way the league is trending, you're not seeing a lot of hits like that.
You're not, but that still needs to be on your mind.
It should be.
Yeah, we were always taught to have your head up.
Yep.
But
That's
they're
my
not
biggest
teaching
issue
that
with
to
that.
kids, though. Apparently, like that's what I've. But basically, what is getting told now is that is not being taught to kids. It's taking and receiving hits.
I mean, the way U.S. system works and Canada system works, they're trying to eliminate hitting altogether.
Just like fighting, exactly. And I think that's a different topic. A whole other topic
But
is fighting
I'll come on for that
in the
topic
game.
when you guys have that topic. I'm here for
Yeah.
it. But like I said, I'll go on Jerry for a minute. He's just as bad as Gallagher in that incident. He's not protecting himself. He knows he's coming.
The thing is, man, I think he would have been a little bit more braced for a hit if it hits him in the chest or if he kind of hip checks him or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to expect a flying elbow. So that is kind of hard to brace for because
100%.
you're not expecting that.
But it goes back to the old adage: keep your head up. He keeps his head up.
Yeah.
He's not taking the brunt of that elbow to his chin like that.
I think he is, man, because the follow through goes through his face.
I'd say worst case scenario, he's getting a nice elbow right here, right in the neck.
It's still high. It's still high.
Oh, it's still a dirty hit. But what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter. My point's irrelevant, I guess. But
I get your point. No, man. You have your point, and we both have our points, right? Like it's something we can agree to disagree on. There's nothing wrong with that.
No. I talked myself around a circle there. That's why I said it was irrelevant, 'cause it really doesn't make much sense what I'm getting at. Like, you're good.
But I get what you're saying too, though. Is like you do kind of have to expect something can happen.
Yeah, at all times. Like you're supposed to have your head on a swivel.
Yeah, and like, not to mention, you have a guy who's on the ice. I don't know if Jack Guy is still on the team right now or what's like. I know he's on the team, but I mean, like, is he hurt or is he playing or what? A guy like Jack Guy can do something like that.
Yeah, you have to be aware of who you're playing. 100%.
Yeah, he does need a little more awareness. I'll give you that 100. I definitely will give you that one. Okay. So we did the Gallagher. Want to get into the questions, or what do you want? Or do you want to do that last?
We can do the questions right now.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So, do you want to read yours first, or do you want me to read it?
Yeah, sure.
You read a couple?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So I'll just ask, and then you guys take turns answering.
Yeah, and then you answer it too. So it's a question.
I have to answer mine too.
You say
Oh,
it.
shit.
Yeah.
All right. My first question: what is the cringiest thing that's ever happened to you on the internet?
Well, my thing didn't have. I guess it technically happened on the internet. I'll just say it straight up so we could have a good laugh right now. We got 45 minutes in the recording before this, and I realized I wasn't recording.
Now, there's plenty of that has happened to me, cringiness. But this one is a little bit more recent. And it's just funny. I ran bare naked across my screen on TikTok Live.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
Respect.
I got paid for it, but like,
I remember that actually. Okay.
It's pretty cringy.
Okay. What about you?
Me.
Yeah, you're not escaping that easy.
Okay, so when I first got on Twitter, I had no idea how it worked. And I was half the time. No. That would be good though. But I would just get baked and sit there and half read tweets and then just tweet my baked thought thinking, I got no followers. No one's going to see shit. And then, like, I don't know how it happened, but, like, I tweeted one thing about the Leafs, and just like it was like 300 followers overnight. Like Dusty, Fulton, like people all over Leaf Twitter just found me. Victoria Stewart that night was a follow, and I was like, how the heck are people finding me? And then so I started like following people back, and that night I was like in the Leafs Twitter. I finally discovered it, and I don't know what the topic was at the time, because this was like 3 years ago now, but I don't follow this girl, that's for sure, but Dusty does. I think at this point she goes by Janaea or something. Ring a bell? No? Okay.
No.
Anyway, I've seen you tweet her a couple times, and just talking about the Leafs something, man. And she's got quite a few followers. Anyway, she tweeted something, and I was only half reading it. And my baked ass thought it would be smart to be like, you don't know what you're talking about, don't be dumb. And I didn't understand that she had thousands of followers and she was a really, really popular person on Leafs Twitter. And I just shut my phone, and then I went to look at it later on, like 15 minutes later, and I had like so many notifications, and I was like, oh, cool, must be more followers. Nope. And I went and read so many tweets about how much of a piece of shit I was, and to reread the tweet, and then I reread the tweet, and I realized that I was very, very wrong. So I tweeted back. Before I deleted it, I tweeted back saying, I'll take my L, and I admit I was very wrong here, and I am sorry. And then I threw her a follow because I thought I felt really bad. I never got a follow back, that's for sure. And she said that she respected that I took my L, but that I was a dumbass or something like that. I can't really remember the conversation, but it was very cringy. And I remember I was sitting at my parents with my wife and kids, just kind of red-faced, looking at my phone like, I need to put Twitter away for a while, and I've only been here for a day. So that was the cringiest thing I went through.
Dusty, I got a cringy moment for you.
Yeah?
Yeah, when you used to stream Fortnite for kids that demanded you do it nonstop.
Yeah, that was
cringy, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. Non-stop, eh?
They did not. They were relentless against him, man. This man couldn't even sleep.
Yeah.
That's funny. How many? Wow. So, if you could have any animal as a battle companion, what would it be?
Lion.
Oh, I saw that one.
I want a lion.
Makes sense.
Or a penguin.
Or a penguin.
Distraction. Look at this cute little fucker. And
actually, you know what? Underrated. This fucking animal can fuck a lot of shit up. It's even fucked a lion up before. Hippopotamus.
Don't take my... Okay, hippopotamus. Also respectable. I thought you were going to take my answer. Honey badger.
Honey badger?
Imagine you have a little honey badger following you around just waiting to tear someone's face off.
All right, I got a question now. This one is fucking hilarious. Okay, so what is the weirdest smell you have ever smelled?
My ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
I wish I was kidding.
Oh yeah, that's your question. I got to answer. Okay, trigger warning. This may ruin bacon for you.
Oh God.
I used to work at a pig farm, and we were taught. Why is my dog barking? My dog never barks. Sawyer.
You were taught not to ask your dog why he's barking.
Actually, talking to animals is one of my No, it's not. Shut up. Oh, crap. Okay, strangest smell. Okay, so when you would walk into... Sorry, guys, I'm just receiving texts. When you walk into the room of the pig farm where the sows that are giving birth to the piglets are, if you smell the smell of maple bacon cooking, it means one had a yeast infection.
Ew.
I'm going to leave you with that for 30 seconds.
And I think you just made Shadow yak. Ew. That is fucking disgusting.
What the actual fuck?
Well, you got a fucking noof going, bud. Oh my god.
Like, I can't.
You get there or what? I'm gonna cut. I'll cut this. Don't worry.
No, you gotta leave it, man. But that's
Okay.
that's horrid. Holy fuck.
Stop puking!
There's no more bacon allowed in my house. Oh. I'm good. Holy fuck.
I don't know what's going up here.
Holy fuck, man.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. Next question.
Okay, is it my turn?
It's your turn to ask the question.
I'm crying. Oh. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I used to work at a warehouse out here, and I told my foreman that, and he didn't eat bacon since. Anyway,
I'm going to.
The thing is, that won't stop me.
I still eat it.
Bacon's
If you had a superpower of talking to plants, but you could only tell them dad jokes, what dad joke would you tell them?
I don't know.
I have no idea. Trying to think of dad jokes off the top of my head. I'm terrible at. Oh, fucking lungs hurt.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't know. I have, but I don't think it's appropriate, so I'll just not say it.
Oh man.
What if you could have a superpower that made you throw fire when you when eating spicy food?
Okay, hold on.
Charizard.
I got a question for you. Oh, sorry. What was the question, sorry?
I don't think we know the dad.
Oh, I don't know what the dad joke was.
No.
But
that was a flop.
But I have a question for both of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can cut it out if you want, but I just wanted an answer. You only get option A or B. You have to pick one. There's no other way around it. It's A or B.
Okay.
You could fuck
I don't
a
want to
goat.
play this game with you.
You could fuck a goat and nobody know.
Okay.
Or you don't fuck the goat and everybody thinks you fucked the goat. Which one are you doing?
Oh.
And a goat as in farm animal, not the greatest of all time. Don't even try that.
I'll let everyone think I fucked the goat because I don't give a fuck what they think.
Yeah, I just moved to another city.
All right, good, because that's the proper answer. Because if you guys were goat fuckers, I'd have an issue with you. So
Yeah, but now you technically think we are.
I don't.
Yeah, but we didn't fuck the goat, so you think we are.
But I'm not from your town, so you're safe.
I guess, yeah.
Huh?
Fuck. Thank God.
Ooh, here's a good one, actually. Kind of makes you actually think. If you were alone in this earth, what would you spend your time doing?
Masturbating. I don't know. I'm actually gonna give an answer. Is there ways of traveling?
Yeah. So it's like
I'd probably
everything. Like it's just like if everyone just disappeared, it'd still have everything that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off really nice, and it's gonna get really dark. But I'd travel everywhere, see what I wanted to see, and then I'd probably off myself.
Well, like, what else is there to do after that?
Hmm.
If you're the only person there, what are you going to do? Repopulate the earth? No. You're going to get your rocks off, knuckle babies. You're going to, go see some things. Maybe steal a car, drive really fast down the interstate. We don't have one of those.
Everyone would just disappear. So would that mean all the highways are free?
The 401 would still be jam packed.
Yeah. Idiots, too.
If they were free, that'd be dope. Then I'd go out and find cars that, like, I could literally do who knows what speed on.
Yeah, but realistically, your thing here, how long could you do that for before you just said fuck it?
I don't know. Then it's just I'd start destroying random shit. I don't know. I go.
Is there animals? Do I get a pet dog?
Sure.
What is this? I Am Legend?
Well, no, the dog doesn't die. But is there weed?
There'd still be weed. There'd be all the weed stores and shit.
Okay, so I'd just do shrooms until I thought my dog was talking to me, and I'd Peter and Brian it for a while.
Yeah.
That could turn into a movie, that.
One thing I would do if I was the only person in the world, I'd probably see how much shit I could hit the CN Tower with before it fell.
Imagine that falling. That would be just crazy to see.
Go
Depends which way it
find wrecking
falls.
balls and shit. Go buy and find wrecking balls and just take it out from the bottom.
Hell
Yeah. That'd be
That
cool.
would be cool. Can you imagine like the stuff you could do? Like it'd be boring as fuck, obviously, because you're by yourself or you have your dog. But like,
Yeah, I'd have my dog, so I'd be okay. But you guys would be bored as shit.
well, I get a fucking dog if you get a dog.
Okay, yeah, you get your
You get a
dog.
lion if you get a dog. Fuck you guys.
Oh man, you won't even have very much time on this earth alone if your lion fucking eats you. But whatever, you made your choice.
At least someone's getting a healthy snack.
And then the lion's probably gonna off himself.
Is there all animals though? Because technically it's just no people, didn't it?
I wouldn't say it's Noah's
You're not
Ark, but
person.
I'd say the basics are there: lions, tigers, bears, and dogs. Couple snakes.
There's
Squirrels.
some asshole cats.
Oh yeah, definitely an asshole cat like this one. Oh, she fucked off. Hey, psst.
Okay.
Named her
Yeah,
after Marc-Andre Fleury.
Oh god, no, you too. Shy was a big Flower fan too.
I am.
Yeah, that's the cat's name, Flower.
I have Flowers signed Vegas jersey in my bedroom.
Sick. Oh man, there's no one. Oh, he's just such a wholesome lad. Kissing the post to thank it.
Broder's record was obtainable for him. I really do.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's one. And I'm going to take away the year in it, but if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
One superpower?
Yeah,
So I can only have one.
only one.
It's gonna sound dumb, but invisibility.
I want to fly. Just be able to get up to the roof, like go to work and go up to the roof without having to set up the ladder. That sounds pretty fucking appealing to me.
So I think the one thing I would do is be like I saw that. I remember this episode watching. It was Supernatural. Watching it when it, like the first few seasons. This one guy had this power where he could like convince people to do anything he wanted them to do. Like he like mind controlled them and was able to like persuade them into doing whatever. Okay, fuck off. I know what you're thinking.
No, hold on.
That's kind of like the Umbrella Academy there, where the girl could be like, I heard a rumor.
So
yeah,
and then just tell the rumor.
I would definitely use a invisibility power just so I could sit in the penalty box at Leaf games and just enjoy it. Your idea of being able to control people's minds, you could fuck with every goalie in the league and we'd win every game.
Yeah, no, we still wouldn't, but it would be fun.
I could walk into the league and I could walk into the freaking Scotiabank Arena and sit right beside Bradley.
I'm just saying, like, you see what I'm saying?
Like that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Sit right next to Bradley and then convince him. Trade Ryan.
Imagine
Ryan
you.
Reeves.
Yeah. Imagine you have the power to just obtain any resemblance to someone. So like you walk into the room and you tell someone, yeah, I'm Nicolas Cage, and then everyone in that room just sees you as Nicolas Cage.
Oh, like what's her fucking name on X-Men? That blue creature.
Not a big X-Men guy, X-Men guy, I mean X-Man.
Another thing Dusty could do with his power there is convince Brad to give him the GM powers, and then sign every major superstar to $1 million contract and have the stackest team in the world.
Yeah.
Mystique is there.
Yeah, Austin Matthews, $1 million for 12 years. Yes, show me the paperwork.
Right.
So you're
we could have every star-studded player in the fucking world.
This
Line 1 center, Connor McDavid. Line 2 center, Austin Matthews.
Line 3, fucking McKinnon.
You know, Shadow, I don't know if you watched that. Yeah, Mystique.
Ah, looks like Avatar.
She can morph into anybody.
Yeah.
Like she morphs into people and then like obtains their powers too. So that'd be a really cool power to have as well.
I still want to know why Professor X can't move his legs if he can control everything with his mind.
Right?
Yeah, I've seen that thing before, I'm pretty sure, and that makes no sense to me.
And why can't he grow his hair?
Well, that's just rude.
Yeah,
we shouldn't make fun of bald people.
I'm making fun of him.
I'm just kidding.
It's getting there. It's getting back to its length.
Yeah, you are. Your hair is getting low.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty shaggy.
Well, last year I had hair down to my shoulders and I decided to cut it.
Oh. So, what's a silly sport that you don't understand that makes no sense?
Cricket.
That was my answer too. It's literally the only sport I don't understand.
Pretty much.
Tennis.
Oh, I love tennis.
Controversial. Tennis. I don't know.
I
I
guess
don't really
pickleball
get it.
would be another one I don't understand.
Oh yeah, pickleball. Yeah.
A lot of people love that, man. Pickleball.
I know. I just don't understand it.
Okay.
So, What's the funniest or craziest thing you have ever done?
Oh, this is easy.
Not for me. I've got a long list. Oof. You go first, Shadow.
Fucked in a baptismal pool at a church with the preacher's daughter.
That respect. Completely ignore the
Like I said,
first
that was
fucking hour of this episode, but respect. Wow, I've done a lot of funny shit, but okay. Fuck, I don't know if I want to admit this on the internet.
I
But
know.
when I fuck it, this guy doesn't. The guy who could do anything about this doesn't watch fucking hockey podcasts. I'll be all right. When I left the pig farm, me and my buddy left it around the same time. We both quit, and we left on bad terms because that place was shit. We broke into the pig farm because I knew the code to turn off the alarm system. Like months later, we snuck in at like midnight, took tubes of boar cum, and poured it in the shampoo in the showers, because in pig farms you have to shower in and shower out before you start and end work. And then there was one time when I was playing music, I had a roommate, and on April Fool's Day I put Nair in his shampoo.
Holy shit.
I dick punch you so hard.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of Jackass growing up.
So that you say Jackass or mine kind of is kind of similar. When I was a kid, we were out one night with some buddies. We were out fucking around. 1 o'clock, about 1:30 o'clock in the morning hits. We're playing Nicky on Bowers, knocking, ringing doorbells, running away. He goes, "Yo, I got fireworks." He's like, "Why do you do something really crazy?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." He's like, "You have to promise you're coming up with me." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." He's like, "We're gonna take all these black hats, the big packs of them,
Oh no.
like the one that comes with like 50 in them, and then you light them off. It goes like
yeah."
So he has one of those, right? And he's like, "I gotta put it in this mailbox."
Oh no.
Yeah. So he's going up and he's lighting it, and I'm there, and I'm like with him. He's starting to light it, right? And right before, just as he's starting to light it, I take my fist and I go boom, 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 on the fucking screen door. He lights it. We put it in. We're running away. We ended up hiding in like a bush. Fucking guy comes out. They're running around trying to find what that was. Shit. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, one time. Okay, so I grew up in a small village called Petticodiac. Probably shouldn't tell this on the internet either, but whatever. I'm already going to jail if they come at me for the boar cum. We took all the village garbage cans and threw them in the Petticodiac River, and then the next night we took all the replacement garbage cans, and there was a big like pedo van at the Corey's garage. We opened it, and then we locked all the garbage cans in the van. And then the next night, we wow, fuck. There was a 3-night span. What was the third thing we did? Oh yeah, we lit fire. We took all the Christmas decorations and we lit them on fire in the school trail. And then someone called the fire department, and cops and firefighters chased us through the woods and fields for a couple hours. We got away though. And then the next week, we went around the streets and we took all the stop signs and all the yield signs out and put them where we thought they should go. And after doing all that within two weeks and getting away with it all, my cousin took all the flower pots from the village and put them in front of the cop shop, and he got arrested.
Nice.
So I got a horseshoe up my ass, especially when it comes to doing funny shit.
So
and then one time we broke into my old school when I was like 20, and my mom works at the school, right? And my buddy peed all the way up and down the hall. And then the next day I was driving to Fredericton. We were both driving to Fredericton, and I got a call from my mom, and she's like, "You want to explain to me while I was sitting in a room with 2 cops watching my son and his buddy walk up and down the halls pissing in the school, and I had to pretend I didn't know who the fuck you were?" Oh, she was mad, man.
Sounds like the beginning of a Nickelback song.
So I remember this one time we were downtown Peterborough, and all those flyers were like real estate in the bins and they're free.
Yeah.
So I didn't
know.
stack. There was a stack of them like this big. Of like it's like almost newspapers.
Okay, yeah.
I grabbed the whole stack. I walk in on this street. There's a car coming. I fucking take them up in the air and I whip them all up in the air.
Oh, jeez.
I was that asshole.
Okay, so I just hit 4%. Now I panic.
Okay, so Ender now?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to say what's going on the next 2 days?
Yeah. All right.
Because I'll say it, but I might disappear.
Okay, I'll say it. So I want to thank everyone for stopping in. Thanks for coming by. Shadow, as always, man. Thanks a lot.
It was great to finally see you, buddy.
Great to see you too. We're going to come back tomorrow. Me, you, and a guest, special guest tomorrow on post-game reaction to the Winnipeg Jets and Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yes.
Sunday, we are actually going to film another podcast. It's the first time we're going to do 2 podcasts over the weekend. Shadow is actually going to come back, and we're going to have some more conversations. Another serious one about that does have to do with some Hockey Canada stuff and just a different side of what all that is. We'll get back into that. So I want to thank everyone for coming out, watching this episode. If you're listening on Spotify, follow the button, put the bell on so you know when our podcasts are uploading. Head to YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you want to find Shadows, all Shadow stuff, it's going to be in the description. You can find his Twitter, his TikTok. You can find him there. Check him out. And we'll see everybody on Sunday.
Sounds good.
Thank you for watching.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time.
Like,
Need to shine brighter than all of the
subscribe.
game time. Seconds away in the
Check us out on our social medias.
mind. Beating the buzzer like this is my time. This is my moment.
We are now on Spotify and Apple Podcast.
I'ma own it.